Hello, welcome to another version of It's Tea Time and a specific MindFit moment with myself, Neville Gaunt, and my good friend Tony Westwood.
Hello everybody, how are you today?
Well, we hope you're well because we're absolutely fantastic. We're sort of middle of September and the sun is absolutely shining, as you can see. Got my sunnies on. Anyway, what so far in our MindFit Motion sessions, we've been talking about awareness drills. We've given you level 1, 2 and 3. What we didn't tell you was that they were on one plane. That's on the horizontal plane. We're now going to give you one awareness drill which is on the vertical plane.
Absolutely. So back here at Melton Mowbray Golf Club, as Neville said, the sun's shining. We're stood here on the fourth hole. It's a beautiful day. I mean, why wouldn't you want to play golf? It's great. And as Neville said, we've given you the horizontal aspect of what we need to do, but there's a vertical aspect as well. I get loads of golfers, especially new golfers, saying, I'm always lifting my head up, I'm always hitting the top of the ball, I'm really dipping down into it, I'm hitting the ground. And I'd say, well, are you sure you're lifting your head up? Are you sure you're really dipping down into it? So this is about understanding how you can manage the vertical aspect of what happens when you swing the club and hit the golf ball. Remember, the theme going through is think of opposites. So as we go through this drill now, if we begin to focus on the opposites, we'll begin to work out where we need to be every single time. So, as we explained, golf has got a horizontal axis, which we've taken you through in levels awareness 1, 2 and 3. But now we're going to talk about the vertical axis. And we'll cover this more when we cover the foundation aspect of what we focus on when golfers play the game and hit the golf ball. But what we're going to do quite simply is think about what happens when a golfer swings a club and they've hit the ball and it might just bounce down the fairway. I think golfers, Neville, I think they call it, they've topped the ball. Yeah? Okay? Then their friends would then tell them that, you know what, you lifted your head up. You did this, you swung too quick, you bent your arms. There's all sorts of different things. As we go through these drills, pay attention to where I'm looking when I'm hitting the ball and what I'm doing, and see if you can detect any head movement, any rapid head movement going up or dropping down. Get an understanding and blow some of those myths out of the water completely of what actually happens when you swing the club and you hit the golf ball. So here we go. The first stage of this drill is I've got my 3 golf balls in front of me. I'm only playing one at a time this time. I'm going to get lined up to where I want to go, take my normal setup, but the intention is when I swing the club and hit the golf ball, I'm going to make sure the club head comes back too high, and all I'm going to do is swing the club and hit the top of the ball. So there it goes, rolling down the fairway about 30 yards in front of me. So this time I'm going to take my second ball. The greenkeeper generally doesn't like me for this shot, but I will replace my divot. So this time I'm going to get set up to the golf ball. I'm going to swing back and down, but this time I'm going to hit the ground before the ball. The divot's gone nearly as far as the golf ball that time, but once we've stopped filming, I will put the divot back. Finally, having been a bit too high and a bit too low, you see, I'm 58 years old now, and I kind of know the difference between high and low. So rather than thinking about what my head's doing, I'm just thinking the first shot, the club head was too high. The second shot, the club head was too low. Now, if I know the difference between high and low, is there the possibility that I could adjust the swing to make a good contact with the golf ball? So here we go. We'll move it away from that divot so you can see what's happening. So I get set up to the golf ball, nice and relaxed. Remember, the first one was too high, the second one was too low, and let's see if we can get this one kind of just right. And there's the ball sailing down towards the green. Yeah, it's finished maybe some 25 feet just left of the flag, but you can see I didn't take a very big divot, and the divot happened after the ball. Again, I wasn't thinking about hitting down on it, I was just thinking about letting the club swing lower. all you golfers out there, new golfers, established golfers, you all know the difference between high and low. So rather than listening to your friends telling you lift your head up or you dip down into it, just think, when I hit the top of the ball, the club head was too high. Do you know what? I know the difference between high and low. Let's go a little bit lower. Or maybe you've hit the ground, maybe you were too low. You still know the difference between high and low, so maybe you could come through a little bit higher. So by following that drill, by practicing being too high and being too low, whether you're on the golf course or on the practice range or on the driving range, you can begin to calibrate your movement, not only now in a horizontal axis, but also in a vertical axis as well. Have fun with it, make your friends laugh, and show them that you can improve and you know what's happening. We'll see you next time.
Well, as you just saw, Tony's given you another great masterclass. He does know what he's doing, which is really rather good, to be honest with you. With regards to the vertical plane, as we said, there's two parts of our awareness drills. One's the horizontal and one's the vertical. And the most important thing is you just need to go and practice it. Even a child knows the difference between high and low and somewhere in the middle. So we're not actually trying to confuse you by topping it, slicing it, pedaling it, whatever you want to do with it. We're just giving you some simple language that, surprisingly enough, all of our brains will understand. And that's the most important thing. We're keeping it simple.
Yeah, it's really interesting. When I get golfers come into my teaching space on a regular basis, and they'll stand there and say, oh, I'm just mishitting it. I can't really make a very good contact all the time. I said, well, what's happening to the golf ball? They said, well, I get these shots, they go a bit low and sometimes I hit the ground. I said, right, okay. And what are the things you're changing? What are you doing differently when you're hitting those? Well, I think my head's moving around and I'm doing all sorts of different things. And I kind of film a few swings and I say, well, tell me the difference between these swings. And they look at them, they go, well, there isn't a lot of difference. Yeah, well, that shot went along the ground and the next one you hit well and the next one you hit the ground and you can't see much difference. You want me to help you? And I can't see much difference either. What's different is where the club comes back to, simply. So I then just ask them to do a very simple drill. Get them to stand on the carpet or on the mat or on the grass, swing the club and miss the carpet, miss the mat, whatever. They do that, okay? Then I give them another instruction. This time, can you hit the carpet? Can you hit the mat? So they swing the club and hit the mat. All right. I didn't tell you tell you how you had to hit the mat or how you had to miss the mat. You just did it because you followed the instruction. So rather than penalising yourself with what you think you did wrong or bad or whatever, oh, the swing was just too high. The club head was too high. Go a bit lower. Maybe it was too low. Be a bit higher. Keep it simple. Treat it and be childlike. Not childish, but treat it and be childlike. Some of the reactions Neville and I see on the golf course could be deemed to be a little bit childish. Mm-hmm. Certainly not mature. Certainly not from mature people. No. So let's keep it simple. Focus on facts. Facts are key, and we can focus on facts and we can move forward because we learn from them. So learn from these drills, apply these drills, have fun with these drills, and that's what it's all about. Attitude and fun. If you have good attitude and you have good fun, you know what? I think you'll improve.
Well, the interesting thing is we know you'll improve, and therefore we've given you the drills to help you do just that. So we hope you've enjoyed it. Go out and practice. And at the end of every tee time, as you well know, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from me.